Good morning, everyone. This is Tracy Newman from the Navigator's Tarot, here to bring you a few readings. And I'm sorry that I'm late to this week. I did all 3 readings yesterday and, channeled all this amazing information, but apparently it was not meant to get out there because the sound didn't work on any of them. So there was a huge glitch in the matrix, quite literally. And nothing worked. So I'm so sorry for that. So this is take 2. So let's see if this will work. I'm just about to head out to work. And so anyway, we'll do these readings and we'll see. I'm sorry they're so late. Can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Mercury, I don't know if it's gone direct yet, but I think it's still in play and the full moon energies too, they've been very, very, very intense. Anyway, let's see what sort of information we can channel today. For some reason, I don't know why, maybe whatever I'd said was not ready to come out yet, or I don't know. Okay, so, energies can change dramatically, The energies over the last few weeks have been extremely intense. And there's been lots of very heavy, dense energies. And we've had to sort of navigate these, usually from our couch because we cannot move. The energies have really kind of grounded us, so much so that that we just couldn't move for some of it. I remember one day just barely being able to get off the couch. And that was last weekend. So I feel like the energies have lifted a little and lightened. And so the energies now are sort of about moving us forward, but in a way that, well, I don't know about anybody else, but yesterday I got a very, very intense urge to do some deeper healing. Very teary type of episodes were coming up for me. So I don't know if anybody else is experiencing that. The energies have definitely been lighter though, managing to get up and get going, go to the gym, whereas the week before, even though I went to the gym, it was a struggle, a real struggle. Well, actually, I've been stacking wood, so pretty much I gave up the gym, but that's pretty much stacking 10 meters of wood is literally doing 2 hours. I was doing 2 hours of gym work every day, stacking wood. But anyway, I do digress. So yes, look at this. We're called for deeper healing. This is about taking action on that healing that is wanting to come through each and every single one of us. Now, the healing that we will be doing, because this is what was coming up for me, is very, very deep. And it's literally, well, I don't know for anybody else, but for me, it was literally beyond anything I'd ever felt before. And it was literally the reason why we were actually even here, the reason why we were actually born into this earth plane, the reason why we actually took on this physical form. And so I haven't been able to explore it yet, but that is what is coming up for a lot of us. And I think it's because we are moving into a completely new ionosphere of energy and a completely new frequency, higher frequencies that literally cannot deal with anything that is of a lower frequency. So a lot of us will be asked to purge out a lot of darker, denser energies that are wishing to no longer remain, because they can't. I mean, with higher frequencies, you just can't. Nothing can withstand the power of unconditional love. And those are the energies that we're moving into, these high frequency energies. And they literally will blast out anything that is of a lower frequency. So that is coming up for all of us, and it may require a lot of us to go quite deep inside to find that we still have deeper healing to go, more healing to go. Also, too, I will say this is quite a physical type of healing as well. There are a lot of people who are experiencing a lot of pain at the moment, a lot of physical pain. And so a lot of this energy can, as it's shifting out and moving, it can be quite, and, you know, has been stagnant for quite some time, can sit in our cells and in our muscles for quite some time. So when it actually needs to come out, it will, but in ways that we're not quite used to, because it's been sitting there for a long time. A lot of these energies that we're removing now are very deep, and they're very, very ingrained in our in the physicality of who we are. So a lot of ascension flu-like symptoms will be coming through for a lot of people, a lot of joint pain, that sort of thing, those sort of ascension symptoms that are very physical, because literally the kundalini is starting to rise in just about every single person on the planet. And so that's all going to start to move and shift out and purge out a lot of these darker, denser energies. They just cannot survive in the higher frequencies. So do we have here? So yes, there will be also to this little bit of a little bit of like a friction between the emotional body and the intellect. You know, there's quite often, sometimes as we're going through these changes, a lot of us actually want to escape being in our physical bodies. So, you know, quite often we can get caught up in our head space, overthinking, that type of thing will come in, terribly ungrounded energies. So it's a good idea to maybe get out in nature, walk barefoot on the ground, like I always say. Also breathing. The breathing is really important. A lot of breath work is needed at this time to be able to shift and move all of these energies through. But also to get you into the now presence. Also a good idea to connect to the higher sun, right through, straight through, down into the physical body and down through the feet, down to the ground and through into the central sun. And that will keep you grounded as well. Yeah, so as I said, also running water, as I've said before, and big bodies of water like the ocean. You know, there is nothing more cleansing than actually jumping into the ocean. It will literally cleanse everything that needs to be removed. Pretty much anything that needs to be removed, you can remove it by going into the ocean and just swimming in there for a little while, or even ducking your head. Because these energies are quite intense that are coming through. Yeah, so this is about achieving balance. And as I've said, kundalini is literally starting to rise through absolutely every single person. You can see that there. A lot of people have been operating from this root chakra down here. And all these other points here, these energy centers have been quite blocked, except maybe for the throat chakra that is starting to open up for a lot of people. But the throat chakra itself, in and of itself, can sometimes run rampant when it is actually not in alignment with all that is, if everything else is not in balance and in alignment. So, you know, that can lead to emotional outbursts. And if you're operating just from here and everything else is blocked and you've got this, then quite often we get these emotional outbursts of anger and everything else, because all of this is blocked. None of what we're really wanting to say in any cohesive terms will come through, because there is no balance there. So you're operating literally from that base chakra and from here. And of course, it just blurts out everything. So it's a good idea to ground oneself, get into the water, and start to do some real inner child healing work if you haven't already, or anything that you are actually led to. I'm being led to go deeper and within. I'm going to have to take some time out to do that. And, you know, it's important that we do, because if we don't take the time out to do that, then it begins to manifest in toxic ways in our outer world. And that will then, you know, come in on top of us and say, do the healing work, bitch. You know? So, yeah. So they're the energies for this week. Maybe just allow these energies to move through the body and also to purge themselves out through the body, however that's going to happen. Get it out of your head, down into the heart center if you can, and start to do the breathing work. Something like yoga is very, very good to do the breathing work, or qigong, anything like that is actually going to move the breath through the physical body will help to shift and move out these energies. Tai Chi, anything that's shifting and moving the body, and requires breath work, slow moving breath work. The truth, because this is going to lead to a greater amount of truth, not only within ourselves, but the more truthful we are with ourselves, the more we'll be able to manifest that in our outer world, and we'll begin to see that manifest pretty much before our eyes. The truth of who we are, and also the truth of everything that we once held to be true. Like a lot of stuff that we once held to be true will fall away, because we'll realize that it was based on a very, very, very shaky foundation, and nothing can really, the truth is the truth. And literally everything that we've experienced in this 3D matrix world, I'm pretty sure that most of it is not based in anything much, in any sort of truth at all. We've been misled, we've been lied to, we've lied to ourselves, about all of this. But the truth will prevail. It has to. And these energies that are coming through that are going to shift out and purge out these old energies, it's literally just all of that bullshit that we actually haven't bothered to look within and go, oh, this is no longer relevant. It's not the truth of who I am. It all needs to be removed, because I can't take this into the new earth energies. I can't take this into the new world. It just won't. It won't fly anymore. So, the truth of who you are is going to start to come through once you purge out all of these darker, dense and toxic energies, because it's no longer who we are. There's nothing, we are literally pure love and light. That's what we're moving into. That's all there is. So, that's what we're moving into. So all of these old energies must be removed. However, it is going to be an uncomfortable ride while we do it, because these ascension symptoms can get very, very physical, and it can actually cause quite a bit of pain in the form of joint pain, fibromyalgic type energies, and also, those sorts of symptoms may come through, but it literally will be about clearing out the toxins that can no longer stay within our bodies, because our cellular structure is changing. Okay, so I might leave those ones and have a look at the Mists of Avalon and see what we've got here. I bought these from a shop in Apollo Bay. I have no idea what the shop's name is. It's some sort of crystal shop. It's quite basic, but it's got some, nice oracle cards and crystals and things like that. I'd love to walk into a shop like, that isn't basic. Maybe I should open one. So we have, storytelling. That's interesting. What else do we have here? Poetry. Yeah. Okay. So, I do think that a lot of our creative urges will start to come through once we clear out a lot of these toxic energies. A lot of the creative urges that need to come through and need to come out are starting to sort of like manifest for a lot of us. So we also have Sacred Union here, which is about union and connection and balance within the divine masculine, divine feminine within each and every single one of us. That's what's coming up. And also that connection to source is extremely important. That's what's coming through, because connecting to the outer sun all the way through down to the central sun is, and also connecting into the heart center and becoming all at one with all that is our connection to source. And the best way to do that is to get out in nature, as I've said, ground into the physical earth, take your shoes off, all that sort of stuff, and doing breath work. that will lead to the connection that is required to move us through these quite dense energies, even though it's actually not dense. What I'm saying is the dense energies were very, very prevalent last week. The energies are lighter. But what is happening now is that a lot of those energies, those very dense energies, are going to start to come through and can come through quite physically. So even though it is light, there is a lighter kind of feeling, you know, around all of us, and we're able to sort of like have a bit more energy. What I'm finding is that now the pain starts and now the deeper healing is required. So, yeah, that's it. We'll see what the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine have to say in the next readings. Okay. I'll see you next week. If you haven't already, hit like and subscribe, and I shall see you in anon. Bye for now.